Hello everyone and welcome to another round of Tuesday Night Legacy. I wanted to say something at the beginning of the video here and thank you for all subscribing to this channel. We actually just hit 100 subscribers this last week. Huge milestone for me as this is my first channel, and it's really exciting to have all your support in pushing forward with this video content. We're going to have all sorts of continuing content like this and hopefully new content in the future. Let's get into the round. This is March 15th, and this is round one of our Tuesday Night Legacy. On the left, we have Max playing Doomsday. This is an all-in combo list as opposed to the blue-black tempo variant that we've seen for the last few weeks. On the right, we have Thomas playing a tribal Merfolk legacy deck with all sorts of fair beats, but since he's playing blue, we might see a counterspell or two. Let's go ahead and get into the action. Max on the play here, just putting down land, saying pass. On the right, we see Thomas throwing down that Aether Vial. Aether Vial, a very strong card for the tribal decks. Getting in things like the Master of the Pearl Trident that is going to create a lot of value for your Merfolk, especially if your opponent is on blue, since they all gain Island Walk with that creature. We see a Brainstorm from Max from that land that he threw down on turn one. Setting up the play for now. Gonna go for, yes, I believe he's got the land for it. We are about to see a Personal Tutor. This is a card that I haven't seen before. Just a 1-mana sorcery. And gets to go and find a sorcery from your deck. This, of course, being extremely useful for the Doomsday player, as Doomsday itself is a sorcery. He's going to be able to put that on top of his deck and basically completely set himself up for the combo win next turn. Not entirely certain if Thomas has seen the deck before, but shooting down with the Wasteland, one of his lands. This is a great play to start. Although the Lotus Petal does make up for getting that mana denial. We see the Doomsday getting cast. Doomsday, of course, getting to search up your 5 favorite cards and make that your library for the rest of the game. And in order to do this, you got to pay half your life total, which the Doomsday player is actually quite fine with, especially with there not being a lot of direct damage in Legacy right now, unless you're playing against maybe a blue-red Delver deck or a mono-red burn deck, although there's not a ton of burn at the store. So we see Doomsday go off. He's going to have that pile here. All of those cards get exiled, so Thomas is going to take a quick look through all of the cards. Always a good idea, especially if you're in round one, to know what all of the cards are in your opponent's deck. That's prime information to kind of figure out what's going on. We're going to see a Street Wraith here, pay 2 life, draw a card. It's a cycle effect. Lion's Eye Diamond for 0. Casting, or not casting, but cycling Edge of Autumn, which is another cycle card. It allows you to draw a card with the cycle. The Lion's Eye Diamond trigger on the stack, he was able to create the mana, but also still draw the card. Ideas Unbound, drawing 3 cards, and then casting the Oracle for the win condition. No cards left in the library means that Devotion can equal 0, and it doesn't matter. You'll still win the game. So a quick win there for Max, and we're on to game 2. Thomas starting out with a Chalice of the Void. Being able to pay X into this mana cost, you can have things be countered at basically any mana cost as long as you pay enough into it. This is actually a very good turn 1 play, putting down Chalice for 0, as we saw the Lotus Petals, which just got countered since Max tried to, I guess, bluff his Lotus Petal into play, but Thomas said no. Chalice on 0 still gets countered, but that Lion's Eye Diamond play won't work anymore for this game. And we see the Aether Vial come down with the Chalice, or not Chalice, but the Cavernous Souls on Merfolk on Thomas's side. We see an Engineered Explosives come down on Max's side. He kind of wants to pay 1 into it. Engineered Explosives. Yeah, he has to pay 1 into it because he can't blow up the Chalice otherwise, because if he cast it for 0, then it would have been countered. So Engineered Explosives on 1 can get rid of that Aether Vial if he really needs to. And Max going, grabbing another dual land. Excuse me. Casting the Dark Ritual, of course, into the Doomsday. Oh, it's a Cabal Ritual. So 4 black mana into Doomsday. There we are. 1 black mana is floating. We do see a Force of Negation here that would have exiled the Doomsday if it resolved. Unfortunately, Max did have the extra blue to cast the Mystical Dispute, arguably one of the better counterspells when playing against another blue deck, since it can counter any spell, but if it is countering specifically a blue spell, it only costs 1 blue to cast, and then it has the mana leak effect. And unfortunately, Thomas only had 2 open mana, so this Doomsday is resolving right now. With 1 black open, I am not certain what Max is going to do with that 1 black. Cabal Ritual, usually seen in the Ad Nauseam Tendril Storm list. Gets you a little bit of extra mana, but it gets you a lot of extra mana if you have Threshold, 7 cards in the graveyard at the time that you cast it. All right, so we see the Doomsday pile resolve. Thomas checking out the cards. Couple open mana for Thomas. I think he's pretty happy that he's not going to at least be able to win this turn. Tapped out of mana. Don't have to worry about those 0 converted mana cost artifacts. So Max drew for turn. He's going to blow up his Engineered Explosives to get rid of the Aether Vial, just to make sure that no creatures are going to be entering the battlefield off of an Aether Vial trigger. We see a cycled Edge of Autumn, and in response, we actually see a Hull Breacher, and I love this play. This stops Max from drawing extra cards and turns them into treasures. But with that on the stack, Max was able to activate the Street Wraith in response to draw that extra card, and the Thassa's Oracle is actually going to win through the fair condition of having its devotion equal 2. Since there's 2 cards left in Max's library, he still wins the game with that devotion, and that is going to be the end of round 1. So once again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing and liking these videos. Please let us know if you want to see any kind of different decks in the videos, and please stay tuned for our round 2. It's going to actually be Max again on this Doomsday list versus Blue-Red Delver. Let's see if Delver can take it down. See you soon.